Hey there, welcome to this technical analysis video. This is part of the daily stocks trading series. My name is Eric Lewis, and today we're going to talk about Caterpillar, Caterpillar Inc., and today is November the 16th, 2019. So here's a one-year chart, one-year price chart of Caterpillar. As you can see, we have been somewhat range-bound, albeit a large range, but still rather range-bound with kind of lows and highs going back and forth. And just recently, looks like in the last week or so after earnings, we have broken out of that previous channel and might be on to producing some new highs. So if you take a look at the moving averages for the 1 year, of course, it's all in line with the 10-year being higher than the 10-day being higher than the 20-day and the 50-day. So with those three in line, it looks like we could be pushing a little bit higher on this price chart. So let's widen it out and look at the 5-year. So here's a look at the 5-year price chart, and now it gives you a little more view of where we are currently in price. You can see that the high was really reached back in early 2018, and we've come off from that and really haven't retested those highs. So you can also see the low that we reached back in 2016 of closer to $60 a share. When you add in the moving averages here, it's a little bit more consolidated or more mixed up, because while you still have the 10-week, because these are weekly bars, so the 10-week moving average is higher, the 50-week closer to an annual is higher than the 20. So I would call this inconclusive or a bit consolidated. So this could go up or down from here. We just need a little bit more data to figure out which direction this this price is going to head for the. Sorry about that. For the 5-year chart. Now, when we look at the Fibonacci analysis of Caterpillar, and I'm looking at that last move that happened from 2018 really down to about late August of 2019, and I'm looking to see how high we've come back. So in the last 2 months, Caterpillar has crossed, of course, this 23.6. It's crossed the 38.2% retracement of that move, and also crossed the 50% retracement, which was at $143.40. So right now we are between the 50 and the 61.8. Really, we've gotten close to the 61.8 and probably will surpass that here soon. The MACD on the 1 year, and a lot of times in these videos I only look at the MACD for 1 year. Today we're going to look at the 5-year as well, but on the 1 year chart you can see that the momentum just crossed. If you look down here on the lower right hand corner of the screen, you see this cross above the zero line. Above the zero line is the overbought area. So to have a cross in the overbought area is very much a sign that there could be a change in momentum, to turning from bullish to bearish. So let's look at the 5-year, because that's going to give us a little bit different look. And I like the 5-year, especially since I'm looking at a larger amount of data for this retracement back from 2018. So in looking at that, you can see that not too long ago we had a cross below the zero line, the oversold area, and we seem to be moving higher. So the 5-year MACD actually supports the idea of a bullish price momentum. And I wanted to take a look as well at some of the areas that have been resistance and support, because that can be very key in what's going to happen in the stock in the future. So you see that we recently moved higher than the previous resistance, which was this green line up in about $140.50. You've got some support down in the, we'll call it the 118 range, and then of course two big price movements have happened at roughly the same price at $112 range, You saw it back in you saw prices back in October of 2018 bounce off of that range, and then that also was the low that we saw in August of 2019. So there could be significant buy orders or support there as well. So just gives us a great overall look or overall view of what is, what has been, and what could be in this stock. So overall, Caterpillar stock appears to be breaking out a bit to the upside. The moving averages for the 1 year are all in line to indicate a bullish pattern, and as I showed, the 5-year is not bullish, is not clear yet. The Fibonacci retracement of that down move from 2018 through really September of 2019, it shows that we've reached or just about reached the 61.8% retracement level. The short-term MACD is crossing in the overbought territory, which could be a sign of some it could be either a false signal or a sign of some bearish sentiment. But when you look at the longer time frame, when you look at the 5-year, that MACD certainly appears to be very bullish. So overall, this Caterpillar stock is pushed above previous resistance levels around that $140.50 range. If this breakout holds, I would definitely expect the stock to test that 172 level. And that was one of the Fibonacci numbers. In fact, we can go back there now. So that 172 would be that actually 100%. So if we can push higher than this 61.8 and really get some momentum going, I would expect us to retest this top that we saw back in 2018. Of course, this could also fall and drop to the more recent lows where we saw support for this channel, and that would be around that $119 range. I've never really been the best channel traders, but I know some folks who just can do it like clockwork. They're like, okay, you know what, when we get this area, when we're in this area here but above that bit of resistance, we're just going to sell, and then they sell and say, okay, we're down in this range, we're going to buy, and people are just able to do it. I end up constantly looking for something like this where it's like, oh, there appears to be a breakout, let's go long, and then sometimes the market gives it to you, and then sometimes the market gives it to you. So you just have to really wait and see. But I really think a couple more days of price data will give us a strong indication of whether or not this is truly a breakout, or if this is just the higher high that is ultimately going to lead back into the channel. So that's it for today's technical analysis look at Caterpillar stock. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with a friend, but most of all, tune in tomorrow. Happy trading.